Welcome back. You're tuned into the Patriot podcast.
The podcast is Sandy Creek, where we talk about what's going on at the creek and what students actually care about.
I'm Daniela.
And I'm Aaliyah, and as always, big shout out to Luca, our editor, for making sure this episode sounds clean every single time.
Today, we're getting into the holiday season at the creek. Not just the fun stuff, but the giving part too.
Yeah, because December just started, everyone's getting back from Thanksgiving break, and there's a lot going on with these holiday drives at school and in the community.
Plus, Winterfest just passed, semester finals are next week, sports are in full effect. December is really packed.
So let's get into this holiday episode. First, let's talk about Project Angel Tree, because a lot of people hear about it, but not everyone really know what it is.
Yeah, Angel Tree is one of those things that have been around forever, and you see it in stores or churches, but most don't always stop and realize how big of a deal it really is.
Basically, Angel Tree connects kids whose families could use extra help during Christmas with people in the community willing to shop for them. And these aren't random toy lists. They're from real kids with actual wish lists with clothes they need, a pair of shoes that finally fit, or toys they've been wanting for years.
And it's not just schools. You see Angel Tree at Walmarts, in malls, in churches, and community centers. Honestly, you could have walked past one last week and didn't even notice. Those little tags on the tree, those are children's wish lists.
And here at the Creek, Skills USA has been working with Project Angel Tree again this year. They've been helping pick tags, shop for gifts, organize everything, and make sure the kids' stuff stays together and get turned in the right way.
I think it makes people stop and think for a second, because around the holidays, everyone's in their own worlds like, oh, I would like this, or I would need that. But then you realize some kids just want a hoodie that fits right, or even a Barbie doll.
Exactly. And it's one of those programs where you can tell people really care. You can see students grabbing a tag because they want to help someone who might not have a Christmas otherwise.
And we wanted to hear what the students helping with Angel Tree had to say about it.
We're here with some of the Skills USA officers. We're just going to ask them a few quick questions about their experience. First question, how would you describe working with Angel Tree this year in just one word?
I think it's a good experience to get to know people and talk and raise funding for people who need.
Fun.
What's one word you use to describe how it feels helping a family during the holidays?
Joyful.
Fulfilling.
And what's one thing you wish people understood about Angel Tree?
That it's for someone else in need when the coming of winter and help them have a better life experience.
With the amount of members that we have, even just $20 helps to support these kids.
Thank you guys for sharing that with us. It's cool hearing how you guys feel about it, especially since you're the ones actually doing the work behind the scenes.
Now let's get into Toys for Tots, because this is another big holiday drive happening here at school and all across the country.
So Toys for Tots is run by the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve, and the whole purpose is to make sure kids who might not get gifts still have something to open on Christmas.
We had contacted Toys for Tots themselves, but unfortunately we were unable to acquire any interviews due to how busy they are for the month. But we did get assistance from the manager on how to find more information.
And we sure did find some interesting background info.
To start, this organization was actually inspired by Diane Hendricks back in 1947, who was the wife of Major Bill Hendricks, the person who started Toys for Tots.
And I think that's really inspiring because Diane wanted to deliver to kids in need, and Bill made sure it happened.
It was such a hit that it transformed from a community engagement purpose to a national community action program in 1948.
Bill was acquainted with multiple people to assist in the Marine Toys for Tots program, which led Walt Disney in designing the organization's first poster, which eventually became the personal logo.
If you ever seen a logo of a red 3-car train, that would be the Marines Toys for Tots themselves.
The designs truly fit the organization's theme, and it's really cute.
And Sandy Creek is a drop-off location again this year. The drive run from November 17th through December 17th, which means there's still time to donate before the deadline.
And let's be clear, Toys for Tots only accepts new unwrapped toys. Not used, not regifted, not something you found under your bed, no.
And the good thing is the options are endless. Action figures, dolls, stuffed animals, board games, art kits, Legos, sports balls, mini cars, books, literally anything that's fun or creative.
Also, the drop-off spots here at Sandy Creek are the main lobby and the front office.
It's honestly really easy. You can walk in with a toy, put it in the box, and you're done.
And what's cool is how many groups help Toys for Tots. Sometimes clubs just promote it, sometimes teachers donate. Now let's talk about all the other drives happening around the school, because Sandy Creek really does come together during December.
First off, Hostess Winter Wear Drive. This one started December 1st and ended today. They donated gently used coats, jackets, scarves, gloves, and winter hats. Everything went to the Bloom Closet to support foster kids.
Which was really important because winter clothes are expensive and kids grow fast. A coat that doesn't fit you anymore could literally save someone from freezing.
Next is Gerald T.C. Shoe Drive, which ended yesterday, December 11th. They collected gently used or new shoes of all sizes and styles.
And these don't just stay local. The shoes are being shipped to Jamaica on December 14th. So the shoes go straight from Sandy Creek to helping families all the way in another country.
And then we had the Winter Food Drive on December 8th during Winterfest. Anyone that came to Winterfest brought non-perishable food to donate.
That's a lot of giving back opportunities. Like, no matter what you have, whether clothes, shoes, canned food, or toys, there's a place for you to help.
Speaking of December 8th, we have to talk about Winterfest.
It's one of the biggest events of the month, kind of like a holiday market combined with a performance night.
Vendors, performances, art displays, music, people everywhere. It's such a warm event.
So let's actually recap what happened.
Like we said, Winterfest took place on December 8th from 5:30 to 7:30 in the Commons.
The building was packed. Student vendors were selling handmade items like keychains, art pieces, jewelry, holiday treats, ornaments, everything.
The performing arts programs were in full effect. The chorus performed multiple holiday pieces. The orchestra played a mix of classical and holiday music.
Drama participated, band performed, and art club had a face painting station that stayed busy the entire time.
There was also tables from different student groups promoting clubs and selling items to raise money.
And the winter food drive was happening at the same time, so people donated while enjoying the event.
Overall, Winterfest brought the whole school and community together in one place for a fun holiday night. All right, so we talk about Winterfest in general, but Daniela, you were actually there.
Yeah, I actually was.
So we're going to switch it up and let me interview you real quick because I want everyone listening to hear what it was like from someone who actually experienced. So first question, how would you describe Winterfest this year overall?
Overall, Winterfest was really fun, and I really liked the experience of it because of all the food and enjoying music with everybody in the art.
Okay, so next, what's one thing that surprised you?
One thing that surprised me would probably have to be drama. I didn't expect them to do a full-on performance and dancing, but it was really nice to watch.
Now for the performances, because every department always shadows out, which performance stood out the most?
The performance that stood out the most to me would have to be chorus. There was this one specific song that I really enjoyed, and they were really loud and clear with a bunch of people listening. So I think that was impressive.
Lastly, if you had to recommend Winterfest to someone who's never gone, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that they should come and that they should bring a lot of money because they will find a lot of stuff they might like. There was so much to see, like crocheting, jewelry. There was even ornaments, and they were selling a lot of treats. So that's what I would say.
I love that. Honestly, Winterfest is an event that just feels like Sandy Creek.
Yeah, it really does.
Thanks for breaking it down for everyone who couldn't make it this year. December is not just Winterfest, though. It's also been huge for sports.
Basketball is already off to a strong season. Both our girls and boys teams competed this week.
The girls and boys varsity teams play today against LaGrange.
And wrestling season is happening too, with matches going on throughout the month.
And we can't forget about football. Our varsity football team has done amazing in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, the team is going to the state championships at Mercedes-Benz next Wednesday at 4:15 p.m.
December is kind of the busiest month, but it's also the most exciting.
Okay, guys, that wraps up this week's holiday episode of the Patriot Podcast.
Big thank you to Skills USA, everyone helping out with Toys for Tots, HOSA, JRTC, and everyone else giving back this season.
December is busy, but it's also one of the best months because of the way people come together.
Good luck to the basketball, wrestling, and our football team as they continue their season.
And good luck to everyone on their finals next week. You got this.
We'll see you next time. I'm Aaliyah.
And I'm Daniela. And remember, once a Patriot, always a Patriot.